Pastor Lola for bringing me here. Like she said, it was, we met at Mapes' place. And like she said, I am persistent. And I do tell my women, if you don't have the budget of Coca-Cola spend £4 billion every year to make sure you don't forget them. I don't have that budget. So the best thing I can do is network and make sure people remember me. I'd like to thank the pastor, like I said, again. So if you give her a round of applause for everything she's doing. Yes. I'd also like to thank the caterers. The food was amazing. Normally when I go for a breakfast, it's bacon, croissants, and egg. And today, there's moi akara. I felt at home. But unfortunately, I couldn't eat much because I needed to bake. And I didn't want you to look at my stomach. So before we start, I'd like you to actually turn to a lady next to you, woman next to you, and tell her one thing you like about her. It could be what she's wearing, the hair, the top.
I love how you just I love the fact that you came prepared with your chili sauce. I love that.
Thank you, Pastor.
Have you got your stand?
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you done that? Can you see the slide?
I love your hair.
So I'm going to quickly, it doesn't matter, it's okay. As long as you guys, how about over there, can you see? You can't, okay, good. I'm going to just run through quickly. I think the pastor's helped me a bit here. So this is me, and I just want to say, when I started, this isn't where it all started. Like she said, I'm an accountant. I started my own practice in 2007. For the first 2 years, it was great. I had lots of clients, everything was fine. And then the recession set in, and I lost quite a few of my clients. And I think that was when I questioned what I was doing, because I used to think I liked it. But when there wasn't any money there, I began to wonder whether that was what I wanted to do. So it's easy to do anything. If you don't like it, as long as you're being paid, you'll do it. But when there's no money, I think it's time to question whether you enjoy it. So I thought, I don't like that much. I began to wonder what to do. And then on Facebook again, I was on Facebook one day, and I saw Mavis, and she put a post there saying she needed a consultant for the business loan startup program. So I told her I'd like to be part of that. So long story short, I joined the program, and what my job was to look at applications. So people were applying for loans to start their own businesses, and they'll submit a business plan and a cash flow, and it was my job to go through it and ascertain whether their business was viable enough to pay back the loan. And then what I found is that there are two things I found from that exercise. One is a lot of people are not clear about the business, and they don't actually write the business plan themselves. They get somebody else to do it. The second thing is I found that because there's a loan there, or sometimes when you feel that there's money out there to be gotten, you feel that you need the money and you go and apply. However, but for some of the businesses, you don't need a loan. You can actually start with your own money or from where you are. Some of the greatest businesses we know, the Facebook, Amazon, they all started with their own funds. It was when they were able to justify that it would turn into a business that they went out to get more funding. But some of us like to just think, oh, there's money there, let me get the money and start the business. But if you think about what you want to do properly, you might not need the loan. And for a lot of people who are going to give you money, they would probably prefer for you to have proven that there's viability for your product. So anyway, so from that, I enjoyed what I did because I gave a lot of feedback to the clients, and I noticed they appreciated the feedback. So I started thinking about what I could do around businesses, but which wasn't accounting. So I decided to go into business coaching. And to start off, what I did is I created something called a one-page business map, because what I also realized is that a lot of people did not like the 50-page business plan. It was too big, and nobody ever referred to it after they prepared one. So you put it in a locker somewhere, and people were using it. So what I designed is something called a one-page business map, and I actually give this away free. And if you're interested here, take your emails after the session. You can get one free, and it helps you to identify your vision, your goals, all on one page. Now, I'll quickly talk about these pictures. That's in the first picture there, that's me. Like I said, I host a women's networking event in Barking every month, and that's free to attend. The next one is in January. This is me on Sky, Ben TV. And like the pastor said, I have a show there every Thursday morning for about half an hour, just talking about different areas of business. That was me. I was featured in the local paper recently about this great advisor. Yes. Thank you. Now, this is me on CNN. There are two questions you can ask me about this one. The first one is that CNN, and the answer is yes. And the second one is that me, and it is yes. So that's it. And this is something I get up to. This is being classified a dangerous sport. I don't know. This is me roller skating. I only took that up about 6 months ago, but I enjoyed it so much. So that's me in a nutshell. So I'll be going through a few things now, and can we have the next slide? Now, yeah, so this is what I do. So my business name, actually, yeah. So when I started as well, I thought, what can I name the business? Because obviously I needed to stand out. And I thought of a few names, and Mojo was one of them. So my first name is Mo, so I've called it Mo's Mojo. Now when I started, I'll send an email and people will respond and they'll say, oh, hello Mojo. And I used to hate it, and I'll tell them, listen, my name is not Mojo, my name is Mo. But after a while, I realized there was no point. People just called me Mojo, so I go along with it now. And a lot of people call me Mojo instead of Mo. But I'm happy because it gets the name out there. Remember, I don't have a budget, so this is one way of people remembering me. So it's a form of branding, advertising. And what I do, this is my strapline. I help businesses to get their mojo back. So I work with businesses who have challenges, or maybe you're just starting up and you're not sure about what to do or how to do it. And I do that through a number of things, which is training, seminars, speaking, and one-to-ones, where I coach you one-to-one about your business. Yeah, now, to start any business, the first thing you need is an idea. And like the pastor said earlier, we all have gifts, we all have passions, and we all have ideas. However, if you don't do anything about your idea, that's all it is. Now, I'd like to ask you a question. Where do you think the highest number of millionaires live?
In the UK.
Go on.
In Russia.
Any of us?
China,
Russia.
Nigeria, UK, America.
Yes, you got it right.
Oh,
The highest number of millionaires actually live in the grave, because a lot of us die with our dreams. Yes, we have lots of ideas. Of course, ideas are to a penny. We have ideas, but if you don't do anything with them, they die with you. The graveyard is where a lot of people take their ideas to, and they will do nothing there. So while you're still alive, they say a lot of us die in our 20s, but we're not buried until we're about 70, 80. So if you've got an idea, please pursue it, go ahead. I know a lot of us in the room here are quite young, but remember one thing, today is the youngest you'll ever be. So you better start now, because tomorrow you're going to be older. So if you have anything you want to start, do it now. Yeah. Another thing that is very important as well is vision. You must have a vision. If you're starting any journey, you must have an idea of where you want that journey to end. It's like getting in a car with no destination. You need to. If you have a vision and you're working your way towards the vision, even if you don't get there on time or you need to divert, at least you have an idea of your vision. So you need to have a vision. And once you have a vision, it helps you. And I'm going to talk about a few companies that we know of that have a vision, and we'll look at their visions. The first one is Disney. What do you think their vision is? Disney.
Make people fun.
Pardon?
Fun.
You've been looking at my
Not me.
cue cards.
I didn't see a thing.
Disney. You're very almost there. Their vision is to make people happy, and that's what they do. And there's one thing you probably don't know about what they do is to make you happy. What they do at night is they release, I think they have problems with rats, like any establishment like that. And what they do at night is they release a lot of cats at night, feral cats, to go and eat the rats. So that's how far they will go to make sure you're happy. Yes, and that's on the internet, so you can check that out. Another one is Oxfam. What do you think their vision is? Oxfam, the charity shop.
To alleviate poverty in the world.
I'm not going to sit next to you, Pastor, ever again, because you've been looking at my cards.
Oh, me, no, not thank you.
Yes.
You make one for Thompson.
Their vision is
well, you have that one.
to make it a just world without poverty. So that's their vision. There's another one, Walmart. Do you know Walmart? Walmart, they own Asda. What's their vision? No. In fact, their vision is around money. So your vision can also be around money. It doesn't need to be about what you want to do. So their vision was to, when they set up, their vision was to have become a $125 billion company by 2000. And guess what? By 2000, they were a $200 billion company. So that's the importance of visions. Have a vision. You probably get close, or you might even supersede that. Now, how about a church? I found one for a church, and I'd like you to have a go at that one. What do you think the vision is for a church?
Spread the gospel.
Even more, something we're missing a lot of.
Love.
Pardon, I heard love.
Love.
Yeah, you're right. This church, their vision was to be a place where love works. So is that this kind of church? Yes. Now, moving on to the next one. I think. No, not yet. Well, so talking about visions, obviously if you have a vision, the one way to achieve your vision is to have goals. Now, why are goals important? And what are goals? You all set goals? Do you? You all set goals? Oh, great then. So I can pass this by then. Now, obviously, we all know that goals need to be smart, and we all know what that means. It needs to be specific. You need to be able to measure them, achievable, realistic, and they have to have a time frame. So if you set a goal and there's no time frame, it's not a goal. It's a wish. It's a dream. Right? Because if you don't have a goal and if you don't have an end time, there's no way of you checking to find out if you've realized it or not. So when you set a goal, there are a few questions you need to ask yourself. One is, why is that goal important to you? And obviously, if you have a vision, that's easy to answer. The second one is, where will that goal take you to? So you need to think about that. And if you don't achieve that goal, what happens? So you need to embrace the fact that if this goal doesn't happen, what would you do? And if you remember Habakkuk 2:2, it does say, write the goal, write it and run with it. So the most important thing about your goal is you must write it down. You must, because writing a goal down is so much